Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattoo Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today is going to be a little bit different. So I watched a couple of videos. I thought I had already done this video, but apparently I hadn't because I searched my channel and I have not done this yet. So I thought it was a good time and I kind of got inspired by some other people who've done this recently. So we're going to talk about my favorite planner tools today, or accessories, or whatever you want to call it. The things I use in my planning process. So we're just going to jump right into this because this is a little overwhelming. I'm just going to shove it all out of the way for a minute. Okay, so let's start with the big stuff first. So this is a paper trimmer. I got this at Michael's forever ago. Is it the best one? Do I recommend it? Probably not, but I have it, and you can buy new blades and it's really easy to put them in. And I'm a creature of habit, so I haven't gotten a new one, but that is definitely on the horizon because it is, it's not the best out there, but it does the job. And it really is helpful when I'm doing TN setups or if I am cutting my pictures for my memory planner. This is ideal. It has a little wire, if you can see, has a little wire as a guide, which is super helpful. And I really like this, like how big it is and stuff. So it's a paper trimmer. I like it. Don't love it. Okay, next up is something I do love, and it's relatively new to my planner desk. This is a tiny desk trash can. At first, when I saw people posting these, I was like, that's ridiculous, you guys. Why do you even need that? Your trash can is like right there. But then I kept thinking about it, and I was like, let's try it. So, Hannah from Han Can Plan actually is the one who inspired me to get this, and I absolutely love it. It matches all the decor in my office. By the way, I will leave my office tour down, like the link for it down in the description if you are curious, because I show everything in my entire office. But I love this thing. It's like at the top of my desk over here, and I just love it. It came with, I know this doesn't matter, but it has pink bags. If you can, I don't think you can really see it, but it has these cute little pink bags, and it comes with 100 of them. And I clean this out probably every 3 weeks, maybe. So I think those bags are gonna last me forever. But yeah, can't recommend this enough. I got it on Amazon, and I will try to find the link for you if you're interested. It did come in some other colors, but I got gray to match my office. I just think this is so amazing. Who would have thought a trash can would be fantastic? Okay, next up is scissors. So I have two kinds. They're both non-stick. I think that's really important whenever you are doing planing, is to make sure that they are non-stick. These are not fancy. In fact, none of the things that I have here are fancy except for maybe this pin and this pin. Everything else is hashtag not fancy. Okay, so these you can get on Amazon. You can get them at Michael's. I need to get a new pair because the non-stickiness has worn off a little bit. You can kind of see stickers are grabbing onto it. So that's another thing that in the future I'm going to upgrade, is to a new pair of scissors. But I do not think you need an expensive pair of scissors. These are great. I just have had them for a long time and they are worn down. You can even see like where they have worn down. So same thing here. This is just a bigger size. So when I'm cutting like larger things, I like to use a larger pair of scissors. I mean, I don't know if I have to explain that, but that's what it is. Okay, this is the hero. This is the king of all planner tools. This is Undo. Now, you got to get the one with the yellow label. If you live in certain states, you can only get the green one, and I feel so bad for you. Like, so bad that you don't know and can't get this. Okay, I know there's ways around it, but yellow one is the best one. I get this at Michael's. I used to order it off Amazon, but I live in Texas, it's hot, and the bottle would come, because it has an alcohol base, it would come like half or like a fourth full, and it happened like 3 times in a row, and I was over it because this stuff is not necessarily cheap. I think that this bottle is probably like $12.99 or something. It lasts for a very long time, but buying that 3 times in a row from Amazon was like, it was the last straw. So I'm going to get it from Michael's from now on. You can also get this at Hobby Lobby or any other craft store. It's fantastic. Don't be scared. Basically how it works is you take off the cap. By the way, if you ever find this style of cap, keep it. Because the one that they use now, it's terrible. It's like got a child safety lock on it and you can't get it open. It's really hard. So first you just dribble the liquid onto your sticker. You can see it there. And it dries super fast. So before it dries, you put the cap back on, and then you scrape the sticker up very carefully, especially if you're working with premium matte. Be very, very gentle. Scrape the sticker up, and I just let it like hang out right there while I let the paper dry. And then I have a paper towel, always handy, and you make sure that the stickiness is off of the paper if there's any left there. Then you can reapply your sticker anywhere that you want. So as long as you are gentle when you are picking it up, you can reuse it. But if you are like scraping like really hard at it, you're probably going to ruin the sticker. So just be careful. This works. It's amazing. This is like the highlight of all of my planner tools. Okay, next up, you don't need this, but this is handy. I got this at Daiso. It is a cutting mat. I don't use it all the time because I'm lazy. But it's really, really handy if you're going to be cutting something that you're not quite sure like how much pressure to put on it when you're using your X-Acto knife or your slice tool. So this is just really helpful. I really like this size too because I can just stick it on my planner cart and pull it out whenever I need it. And it works great. I like it a lot. So this is from Daiso, like I said. Okay, since we're on the cutting kind of train there, let's talk about an X-Acto blade. I prefer to use just a straight up X-Acto knife here. I don't like the slice tools because I like to see exactly where I am cutting. Now, is this thing scary to pull out sometimes? Yeah. But if you're really careful, you can really, really see right on the blade like where you're cutting. I just like that. I know people love the slice tool. What I don't love about this thing is the cap won't stay on. It just like falls off. So you have to be really careful. I always put it like this in my cup where I put all my stuff right here. And yeah, it's great. I love this. I use it all the time to make things work, whether it's cutting down full boxes, cutting washi strips, anything that I want to adapt. This is my thing. I've been using one of these for a very long time. This is probably like my third one, and I don't use it so often that it gets dull easily. So this will last me like a year because like I just use it every once in a while. Okay, next up is, let's do something kind of boring but necessary. So I have, this is my favorite pencil. I know these are totally old school. These are what my mom used when I was a kid, and I just have like memories tied to them. I like the colored ones, but they're really hard to find. But I love the way that these write. It's a very soft lead, and it's just, I don't know, it just is my thing. So that I use this specifically in my planner to plan out my kit format, like, or my kit management, and I move them around all the time. So I like to have a pencil handy. This is my favorite. Eraser wise, I mean, this is fine, but the Staedtler plastic eraser, this is the best eraser ever. Like, I love it. You can use it with art stuff, but I just use it for like everyday stuff. This is the best. I love it a lot. All right, next up, Post-its. I think it's very handy to have a couple different sizes of Post-its to throw. You never know when you need a Post-it. These are really handy for like the monthly view or the weekly view. I also have another size. I couldn't find it. It's like the 1.5-inch wide ones. They're like a little rectangle. Those are super handy. And then this size, of course. This is the classic square, and these are always great. All right. Tweezers. These are not fancy tweezers at all. Okay, these are like Revlon tweezers, but I like the tip on them. They're not too pointed, but they're not too like too wide either. It's just perfect, and they're really, really old. I actually found them at my parents' house when we were cleaning out some stuff, and I was like, Mom, can I have these? And she said yes, and I've been using them ever since. So any of these kinds of tweezers will do. I just really, really like the tip on this one. I mean, I don't love red, but I just love the way that these lay down stickers. They don't like grab them too much or too hard, and I just like it. It's nice. You can get those at like any drugstore. Okay, let's talk about permanent adhesive. Okay, I'm a Tombow whore. Okay, I love Tombow. so much, and the products are amazing. We'll talk about the whiteout tape in a minute, and I'll gush again, but this is the best adhesive that I have found. I like to use this to put pages together. I'll put it on the edge of the pages. I also like this for my memory planner when I'm putting in pictures. So this is the best in my opinion. Yes, it gets a little gunky, you can see like right there, but if you're careful, and you can like clean it out pretty easily, but this is just, it sticks forever. Like, it's just the best. I have tried tons of different dot runners and adhesives, and I like this one the most. Okay, so here is my love, the Tombow Mono Correction Tape. This is the best whiteout tape in my opinion. I know there's a different style of like holding it. I like this one the best, but this is the best whiteout tape. It's the whitest, it's the most opaque, and it sticks down and does not come up. You can just press it down if you are doing multiple layers, because I mess up a lot. If you press it down, it adheres, and it's just the best whiteout tape. You can get these on Amazon in big packs. You can also get this on Amazon. You might be able to get this in craft stores too, but this is the best whiteout tape, and Amazon has the best price for this if you're looking for it. I just buy like the 10 packs. Okay, these are kind of in the same category. All right, so I always have a ruler handy. I like clear ones so that I can kind of see around where I'm usually cutting. So this is always handy. Plus it has some holes so I can put it in the rings. I like to have a page marker in pretty much every planner I use. This is a metal ruler. I like using this if I'm making like long lines. Plus it's like, it just feels really nice. It has a little cork thing on the back so it stays where you place it, and you can just make a really good line with this, and it's gonna last me forever. Although the edge of this is super sharp, and I have stabbed myself with it before, so be careful. This is a relatively new thing to my collection. This is a washi cutter, and it is from Fox and Cactus. I love this thing. I forget to use it sometimes, but it is so cute. So you lay it down and use this side right here. It's acrylic, so it has a really good sharp edge, and it's a paw print. And you know I'm a cat lady, and I love this. I think it's so cute. And it has like glitter in it. She has other colors, but they were all sold out. But I really like this one, and I think it's adorable. She has so many different designs in this too, so check those out. If you want a little cute washi cutter, do I need this? No, but I like it, and it's just kind of fun. Okay, last but not least, and I'm sure I'm like forgetting something that I use that I just don't know what it is, but I'm just going kind of off of what I think that I use all the time. Okay, let's talk pens for a minute. I'm not going to go in depth on all of these, but I am going to show you each of these because I use them at different times. Oh, I also have, let's add one more in here. Okay, so let's just start over here. So this is a Marks a Lot Permanent by Avery, and it has a really, really nice tip on it. This is very similar to a Sharpie Super Fine, and I really like this one probably more than the Sharpie Ultra Fine. It's just got really, really nice tip on it, and this is Avery, like I said. Okay, this is a Japanese extra fine marking pen. I can't remember where I even got this. I might have gotten this at a Japanese stationery store in Dallas. Very similar to the other one. It's just got a little bit wider of a tip. You can't even see that, but it's very, very similar to that Avery one. And it's permanent ink too, which is really nice. And then we have the old trusty Sharpie Permanent Ultra Fine. This is a totally fine pen. It works, it's easily accessed, like you can find this anywhere. So this one is always just a good staple. I have a million of these in different colors too. I just don't use them like with planning. I use them for other things, especially at school. I have a ton of these Sharpie pens. Okay, next up is another Tombow product. This is all in Japanese, but this is a calligraphy pen. You can see the point here. I haven't fully mastered how to use calligraphy pens yet, or marking pens. I've tried a lot, and I'm just really heavy-handed. I haven't figured out how to do like the rhythm of the stroke and how hard to push and all that stuff. So that's still kind of a learning process, but I do like this one because it has a very, very thin but firm tip. It's nice. Okay, this is like the sister to that product. This is the one that has a wider tip, and it's a little bit of a softer tip as well. So again, I'm still trying these out. I have not mastered them at all. Okay, then let's get into fancy pens. So I do have a couple of Pen Gems pens. This happens to be a ballpoint because I haven't replaced the ink cartridge in the, not cartridge, ink thing in the inside. But I do think this one is beautiful, and it's so pretty. I love this. I also have some Villa Beautiful pens, but they are elsewhere. But I do use fancy pens from time to time if I'm feeling fancy. But since this one is ballpoint, I don't use it a ton because that's not my favorite tip. But I do think it's beautiful, and for pictures especially, I think these are really fun. This is from Simply Gilded. I have a couple of these as well. I really like the tip on these. This is a gel, but it looks like it's just a metal point. Sorry, you can't see that very well. But it is a gel, and I really like this. The only thing is it doesn't have any kind of like cushion for my fingers, so I can't write with it for very long, but it is beautiful. And like I said, pictures, like this is really, really gorgeous for that. Okay, then let's get into my trusty, my staple pens, my favorite pens. Okay, I have 3 favorites, and let's start with the least favorite, only because it's just kind of fallen out of fashion for me, but I always go back to these, so I can't say that fully. But a Pilot G2 in 0.7 or 0.5 or 0.38 is always great. Like, these have been around forever, and they're great solid pens, and that's all I can say about that. Okay, then we've got the Papermate Inkjoy gels. These are my second favorite because they're just great. I am convinced, though, that there are good packs of these pens and bad packs of these pens, because sometimes I'll get a pack and they're perfect and they don't skip at all, and they'll go all the way to the bottom, and then I'll get packs where that's not the case, and all of them in the pack, I don't know if it's like they get overheated and it does something to them. I don't know what happens, but there are like inconsistencies, I will say, with the Papermate Inkjoy gels. So that's the only reason why they got bumped for my new favorite, the Pentel Inner Gel in 0.7. I do have some 0.5s too, but the 0.7 is my current favorite. I love this pen. It's the best. It has a little cushiony thing here. It's a clicker, which I really like, and it just writes so smoothly and reliably, and it's just a beautiful pen. I love to write with it, and I have a thing for pens as well. I have a million pens, and this is the favorite, so that says something. All right, that was a lot of information, and I hope that it was all helpful. It's a lot of stuff, but each of them I have collected over the years, and they all have their purpose, and they're all helpful in my planning process. So I hope that you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I will leave some links to things down below if you're interested. And if you have any questions, definitely leave those in the comments. So I hope that you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!